us through these various issues we face. Yes, ma'am, you still got a question after all that, or have you forgotten what you wanted to ask?
Yes. What is your position or plan for the mess we've gotten ourselves into
In Iraq? My plan is to, I shouldn't say my plan. When the next president's sworn in, it's going to be a different set of circumstances, one way or the other, than it is today. I mean, first of all, let's be honest with ourselves that what I believe is the way you more accurately, I think, should address it. And I believe that we're on the right track. I believe that we're showing success there. I believe we've got to take yes for an answer. And what's coming out of there is stories that say that out in the province a lot of progress is being made. A lot of the Sunni leaders are coming to our side. Violence is down. Ramadan season is over, usually one of the worst times. Violence is way down. Al-Sadr has called his dogs off. I think he's reevaluating who's going to win this thing. We've got, our people have plans to start drawing down American troops. And hopefully, within a year, we've drawn down quite a few troops as a part of a success scenario. Sometimes there is no good choice versus bad choice option. I think that was the situation, the question of going in there in the first place. Sometimes the country is faced with two bad choices. Now, we have two bad choices now. One bad choice is to stay and watch this thing continue the direction that it's going in, rely on people like General Petraeus, who's telling us what's happening and where we're likely to go, and still suffer from not being at peace. The other bad option, which I think is a much worse option, is to precipitously leave there with our tail between our legs and let those young kids there think that they drove the United States of America out of the Middle East because they were able to make these improvised explosive devices and blow up our people. We didn't have the stomach for it. Now, that's just about it. That would make for a much more dangerous situation in many respects. There would be a new haven for Al-Qaeda. Iran would come in there and fill that vacuum. Iran's making, in my estimation, they certainly intend on having nuclear weapons. They continue to enrich uranium, which is the biggest part of making a nuclear weapon. And all this stuff you see in the paper about estimates and so forth like that. I've been on the Intelligence Committee. I've seen some of these estimates. And I know something about what's going on inside the community. And it's not a pretty picture. And they're focused on the wrong thing. We can talk about that for a long time. The bottom line is they're going to be, in a few years, in a position to have a nuclear weapon. Saudi Arabia, with all their money and oil, going to sit back there and watch that happen and not do it themselves. The whole area is in danger, and certainly would be in danger, of nuclearizing while they're sitting on all that oil. And we're trying to figure out our own oil diversification program. We're importing 60% of our oil needs. A lot of it's coming from down there. Nobody likes it. Nobody is willing to talk about how we got there and how long it's going to take to get out of that kind of situation, but that's where we are. And Iran would control that. Then they would proceed to follow us home. This Iran-Iraq situation is a front in a much bigger global conflict. It's radical Islam. They are intent on bringing down Western civilization. We are the #1 target. We face a more diversified, determined zealotry than we've ever seen before. They're willing to blow themselves up. Their religion, if you want to call it that, their particular brand of religion, allows for them to commit suicide for the opportunity to kill other innocent men, women, and children. Now, we've never faced anything like that on a wholesale basis, but that's what we're facing now, and that's what's at stake. We've got to be strong. We've got to be smart. We've got to be smarter in the future than we have been in the past in a lot of respects. We certainly have to have better intelligence, but we've got to be strong and we've got to be united, and we've got to understand what the stakes are for this country. Thank you very, very much.